On Wednesday, Finance Minister Enoch will present the midterm budget policy statement before Parliament. Godongwana will highlight government's guarantees or contingent liabilities and ensure South Africa avoids any debt default. SABC News is running a special focus called Know Your Budget to help you make sense of some of the terminology that the minister will use in his speech. But before we get into that discussion, we've asked some economics students to explain what they understand by the term debt default.
Debt default is when the government cannot repay its debts. It's the same thing as like losing a job and not being able to make your monthly installments towards a bond. When a government cannot repay its debts, this implicates their reputation with the investors because they do not trust that they can manage their finances well. When a credit agency like Moody's lowers South Africa's credit ratings, this indicates to the investors that South Africa is not managing their finances well. Therefore, this may lead to higher borrowing costs in the future.
Debt default is when you fail to make a repayment on a debt at the time required. So this would happen if the government were to take out a loan and they were specified to pay it back at a specific time, and then they did not do that, the government would be defaulting.
So governments, just like ordinary citizens, need to sometimes use debt, mainly because sometimes their fiscal budget is not enough to accommodate for certain expenditure. So debt default is simply a situation where a government accumulates so much debt that it can no longer pay back its dues and liabilities.